You've made the decision that you would like to schedule a boudoir portrait session. So you go out to Google and you Google boudoir photographer in your area, and then there's pages upon pages upon pages of photographers, and it can be a little bit overwhelming. So let me give you some tips to help make this process a little bit easier for you. First things first is think about what style of boudoir portraits that you would like. A lot of us are out there and we do different styles. So a lot of the people that hire me, because my style tends to be a little bit more artistic, people feel like it looks like a painting. I'm not doing as many things that one might consider racy in my work. Not that I can't do them, but that's not what I do a lot of. So look at the style of work that you're most interested in. How do you want to be seen in your portraits? And while you're browsing those styles, what you want to do is make sure that the photographer's portfolio is consistent. So if you go to a photographer's website and there's a bunch of different styles, so there's things outside, things inside, things on this set, things on that set, and everything looks different, you may not be 100% certain what you're going to get when you book your session. On the other hand, if you go to a photographer's website or their social media, and as you scroll through the work, everything feels consistent, it feels like it's from the same artist, then you have a better idea of what you're going to get. And that doesn't mean that everything has to be identical, but all of us kind of have a signature in one way, shape, or form. You can look at my work and go, that's a piece by Ben Markham, or other people's works and go, that's so-and-so. So make sure that their style comes through in everything that they do. It's really just going to give you more of a peace of mind of what you're getting when you book this photographer. And this one is huge. I highly recommend that you meet your photographer before you book a session with them. Actually, in working with me, I require that people schedule a consultation, and we do that either via Zoom or people are welcome to visit the studio. I want you to have the chance to meet me before you get here. I want you to feel free to ask me questions, and I want you to know that you feel comfortable before booking those sessions. If you and I were to meet and you just didn't feel like our vibes were cohesive, then you shouldn't book me. Now, to date, that hasn't happened, but it could. And that also goes both ways. If I'm having a conversation with somebody and I go, I just don't think we're a good mix, we're not going to be able to create the best experience and the best portraits because our personalities just don't jive, then I'm not going to work with that person. And there's a million reasons that that's important, but one of them being that boudoir photography, it's a team effort. This isn't just me standing you in front of the camera and clicking the button. This is me and the makeup artist and you all working together. There's going to be times when I'm posing you where things may feel kind of ridiculous. That's where I go, okay, trust me, I'm not going to let anything bad leave this studio. And actually, just kind of a side note on that, 9 times out of 10, if a pose feels ridiculous, it probably looks fantastic. And you also need to be comfortable to speak up during your session. If something does feel strange, you need to be able to say, hey, I'm not comfortable with this, or can we try this instead, or I'm feeling a different way, I'd like to try this, or even just to say, hey, the room's too cold, can you turn the heater up? So having that pre-session meeting kind of sets the foundation for all of that, for you and I to work together as a team to create beautiful art for you. And then the next thing to think about is, where is your boudoir photo shoot going to happen? Does this photographer have a commercial studio space? Are they working out of their home? Are they renting an Airbnb? Whatever those things are, you need to know where you're going. And in many cases, I recommend letting somebody know where you're going. My studio is currently located in a commercial area in the east side of Louisville, but I know a lot of photographers who work out of home studios, and that doesn't mean home studios are bad. You just need to know where you're going, know that you're comfortable with that if you're working out of someone's home, and if you're not, just don't book that photographer. The big name of the game with that all the way around is you need to feel safe and comfortable throughout the entire experience. And then reviews and referrals are huge when choosing your photographer. If you know somebody that's already worked with the photographer that you're considering, reach out to them, ask them questions. What was your experiences like? What were they like? How were the photos? Ask them anything and everything. Check out their reviews. Do they have reviews on their website? Do they have reviews on Google or on social media? I mean, let's face it, that's what we all do when we're buying something on Amazon, right? One of the first things we do is jump to the reviews. You should do the same thing when choosing your photographer. So make sure that you find someone who creates art that you want to be seen in, that you feel like you can be comfortable with, and that is going to give you the absolute best experience during your boudoir portrait session. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave those in the comments below. If you'd like to book a consultation with me, I will leave a link to my boudoir website and you can schedule that online. And don't forget to follow the channel, and I'll see you in the studio.